Welcome to Cjs Sports Wrap. I'm Amalia Wompa. This week we've had some exclusive inside coverage beyond the results for some of Columbia's top teams. Right here on campus, Tyler Carmona sat down with one of the senior stars of the Columbia women's basketball team about her Ivy League career. Tyler, what can you tell us?
Well, Perry Page has spent the past 4 seasons helping transform Columbia's women's basketball program. With her collegiate career winding down, we caught up to reflect on her time as a Lion.
I think the biggest thing for me that I want to leave behind is just the legacy of the culture that we've built here. Me being a freshman, I looked up to 7 seniors who really showed the standard of what Columbia women's basketball is really all about. And for me, it's just kind of paving it forward and like doing little things that I've also integrated into within our system.
As a 3-time Ivy League champion and one of the team's emotional leaders, Perry Page has helped shape one of the most successful stretches in Columbia women's basketball history. She doesn't have to lead the team in any statistical category, even though she does that sometimes too, for her presence to be felt in the culture and standards the team has built. Whether she's diving for loose balls, crashing into rebounders to box out, or simply just uplifting her teammates, she's the engine that keeps his team going.
Absolutely. I've always been that type of player. Just kind of like putting in this game has meant so much to me ever since I've been playing it. I've been playing since I couldn't remember, so like 2-3 years old. But I've always been the type, and like even my family as well, has just been the type to just put all of your heart and your emotion into like anything that you do.
This season, she's averaging 14 points and 6 rebounds per game while serving as the team's heartbeat on the defensive end. And Paige says she sees a lot of that same energy in Columbia head coach Megan Griffith, who's another high-energy motivator.
Well, she's the exact same way. I think Coach G is also one of the people, and very few people that I've met, that also coaches with so much passion and emotion, and you can truly tell that she cares about us. And I think that's a big thing for me, is that what people can see, like how high or how angry I could get or like really motivated to do something, but it just shows how much that I care, and she's the exact same way. So we can butt heads a little bit, but we all know it's all love because we both want the same goal eventually.
And while her days at Columbia might be winding down, she's hopeful that Griffith is going to keep taking this program to new heights.
Trust her with my life. She could genuinely be my mother, honestly. It was just, for me, like when she recruited me coming out of high school, the biggest thing that stood out with Columbia was just how much of a family atmosphere it was. And when you have good intentions, like you're going to take the program so far when your heart's in the right spot. So I think the longevity of this program is limitless, and I think you're going to have to watch out even when I graduate.
This Friday, she's going to take the court for her final regular season home game as a Lion, so expect her to leave it all on the floor.
Tyler, did you manage to get an autograph, and will she continue playing after she graduates?
So no autograph yet, but their last home game of the season is on Friday, so I might swing by to get that autograph. In terms of that professional career, she mentioned a couple overseas tryouts coming up in the next few weeks, but you also got to include the fact that Meg Griffith has had 2 players drafted to the WNBA, so that's also a possibility.
Thank you, Tyler. Keep us posted on how the season finishes up. Next up, Tinah Ogalo has the story of 2 Columbia women's tennis players whose relationship started long before they became doubles partners.
From the sun-soaked courts of Northern California to the bright lights of uptown Manhattan, 2 women on the tennis team knew each other way before they were teammates. I caught up with them after their doubles win against the Fairleigh Dickinson Knights last week.
It's been so good. Me and Gaia are both from Northern California, and so we grew up playing next to each other, and we have been around each other a lot, and so to come here to college and play together, it's so much fun.
She was actually my recruit, so when I was a freshman, I literally gave her a tour around Columbia and everything, so it's so cute seeing that now we're playing doubles together.
The 2 complement each other well, finding synergy on the court. When asked about their strengths and weaknesses, they had this to say.
I think for doubles it works so well because I like the baseline and she's so good at net. And I think that just works because we have such a good strategy, and we both just lean on each other for helps.
That duo together is our strongest play.
During their match, the pair broke serve early against the Knights and clinched the doubles point with a 6-2 win.
I think it worked very well because on deuce points, one person takes it, and we always choose her, and I'm at net, and we, as you can probably hear around everyone saying across the courts, we love deuce points. I think it's because we really love deuce points and we know how to play them. And I think majority of the match today were deuce points, so it worked very well today.
It was a little stressful going into it, but I just, like Sabrina, for doubles, I just leaned on her so much. And I think starting off doubles, it's so nice because you have someone else on the court. And I just played my game, and I guess you just have to make sure you just make your shots. That was the main thing that was going through my head.
The Lions had a clean sweep of 5-0 against the Knights, but when they went on the road, they lost to the Memphis Tigers, ending their win streak. We'll see if the ladies can bounce back when they have a doubleheader later this week. I'm Tinah Ogalo for Cjs Sports.
Thanks, Tinah. Now up to Bakerfield, Victoria Newsome got a look at a typical workout for Columbia women's lacrosse players. She even got a chance to try it herself.
I'm Maddie, I'm a junior defender.
My name's Caitlin, and I'm a sophomore midi.
My name's Ava, I'm a junior goalie. Welcome to Lift.
Welcome to Lift.
Welcome to Lift.
Do you have what it takes to work out like a Columbia women's lacrosse player? Well, come along and check it out. At Campbell Sports Center, the team lifts for an hour, 3 days a week after 2-hour-long practices at Kraft Field. Steve Conway is in his 4th year as Columbia's Assistant Director of Sports Performance. He leads every session working with football, soccer, and finishing his days with lacrosse.
All right, normal Friday, right, we have our trap bar here, we have our push press here. We want to excite the central nervous system and make sure that when the whistle blows tomorrow, they're ready to perform.
So on Mondays, we do cleans and squats.
This is the clean bar. It's about 45 pounds. We'll normally add weights on the sides, but a clean typically is leaning down forward, and then you push it up onto your, and that motion I think is the really important part because it emphasizes that explosiveness that is really important in defense and offense and getting that quick step down. Yep, and then flip up. Yes!
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Straight my legs when I try it.
Wait, make sure also when you do it that your elbows kind of come forward to pull up.
Forward.
Yes.
Down. Flip.
Woo!
Is that it?
Yeah.
Conway admires the extra work they put in off the clock to reach new personal records in cleans.
So we had 2 or 3 girls get to 135 at least, which is pretty impressive for a female program.
You have teammates pushing you to add 5 more pounds on or do 1 more rep. And I think that's something where we're able to push ourselves and then have that later on translate onto the field and make us better athletes and better people and just a better team in general.
On Wednesdays, we'll do bench and pull-ups. I'm benching, I'm here, and it's really pushing from my feet too, as well as my using my chest. But yeah, bench is probably my favorite exercise.
How much can you bench?
My max is 165.
As a goalie, she sees the value of having power in both her lower and upper body. And then up.
Yeah.
Yes, down.
It's too easy.
Too easy. We gotta put some weight on.
And Fridays are normally stretching and rolling out and just feeling good for game day on Saturday.
All right, again, focus on our breathing here. All right, start that recovery process. Lean onto that right side. Find a sore spot, stay on it.
When early mornings stretch into tiring days, the team's positive presence keeps Conway going.
They come in, they bring the energy, and they bring you right back to as if it was the beginning of the day. So I really like the fact that they almost pick me up as much as I hopefully kind of try to pick them up and coach them.
It was time to pick up the trap bar deadlift and try it out. I learned how to do this exercise in a bilateral stance, but the team usually lifts in a staggered stance.
Great, awesome. Much better, good job.
Social media can make the weight room look effortless, but every athlete builds strength 1 rep at a time.
Don't be intimidated. Everyone starts out, somewhere, and to just kind of find a person that you look up to, maybe in collegiate athletics, and just follow them and see what they're doing.
It's really fun because we cheer each other on, we support each other, and it's just so fun to get stronger.
Good luck tomorrow. All right, let's come back with a W. All right, I'll be watching on my phone. All right, and let's get Cece break us down.
This team is putting in the work, and you can already see it paying off. They're on a 2-game winning streak, and they scored the most goals ever in a single game against Howard, 23-6.
Victoria, have you found a newfound love for bench pressing?
I unfortunately have not. It is a lot harder than it looks, and these girls do it all the time. So it was really nice to see what that hard work is like behind the scenes. Back to you, Amalia.
Thank you. In other spring sports action, Columbia softball is back from a stretch of games in Georgia where they went on a 9-game losing streak, but ended the trip with a couple of wins. James Hwang has the latest.
This past weekend, the women's softball teams secured 3 wins after 9 grueling losses. Let's go ahead and talk to them. The women's softball team secured 3 wins against Mercer University, Presbyterian College, and Tennessee State.
Yeah.
Okay. So what actually changed?
Well, I mean, I think we kept progressing through those 9 losses, and I reminded the team to make sure that they stay in their process and that this is the long game. The season's a long marathon, not a sprint.
Losing 9 games in a row can shake a team's confidence, but the coaching staff made sure the players never lost belief in themselves.
When you lose 9 in a row, you start to think, okay, maybe we're not as good as we thought we are, but we never let our teams get into that mentality. We just kept encouraging them, and I kept telling them we're the best 0-9 team in the country.
For the players, the turning point wasn't just strategy. It was mindset. Outfielder Kyra Mason says the team had to refocus on playing for each other.
Our hitting coach actually pulled us to the side after our loss to Presbyterian the first day. She made a specific point about family, and we need to find our own identity and stick together as a family. And I think we went into that game. We did it for each other, did it for the person next to us, and I think it clearly worked.
Once the first win came, the momentum started to build.
You could tell that there was a complete energy shift with our team, and it was really fun after the games to get those 3 wins.
First-year Mads Lawson says the early losses also helped the team grow mentally.
They taught us to just really mentally, just to even if we failed and stuff, just to let it go and just put it in the past, and always think about the next pitch, the next inning, because that's all that we can do in the moment.
Now, with confidence returning to the dugout, the Lions believe their season is just getting started.
Nothing can stop us when we all have our mental game and our best performances out there.
Columbia hopes the 3-game winning streak is just the beginning.
Now they'll go ahead and have the weekend off, but they're going to be back on the road again the following weekend, and they will head down to Arlington, Texas.
Last but certainly not least, I traveled down to NYU to witness a yearly tradition for the Columbia fencing team. It's a meet dedicated to the team's late coach of 33 years, who made the team the powerhouse it is today. In a fun twist, this is the only time in their career where Columbia seniors use a different weapon than they normally do to compete.
Featuring Columbia University, Vassar College, Sacred Heart University, and your NYU Violets.
In this building, the Columbia Lions are getting ready to face off Vassar, Sacred Heart, and NYU at the George Kolombatovich Historical Meet. This meet at NYU is especially important to Columbia's seniors who will take part in the Senior Scramble tradition, which is something that no other team does, and it's where select athletes switch their weapons for a match.
Yeah, it's a really fun tradition. Since the moment I came in freshman year, I learned that the Senior Scramble is something that the seniors all do. They fence other weapons, and it's always a lot of fun. I remember a lot of memories from my freshman year watching some of the seniors fence, and they look really cool doing the other weapons. And since then, every year kind of looking and always wanting to do that and really just have a lot of fun and continue that tradition. So yeah, I'm really excited to fence foil today, and hopefully I'll be able to win some bouts. But it's more so just about the memories and kind of sharing that moment with the team, and hopefully the other guys will have fun too.
Exhilarating. Honestly, I didn't expect to be as successful as I was today. I was told to extend my arm way before I move anything else in my body, which I'm not used to doing in foil. So I tried to stick to that. I was getting a lot of hand touches, surprisingly, and I landed a pretty sick flush. But it was really exciting to end on such a high note. Well, and it's my last meet with the team, a team format. So, I mean, it's a very bittersweet moment. It's been 4 really exciting years.
I am planning on continuing fencing, but college fencing is definitely a different atmosphere, and I love being with the team. And now I'm just looking forward to, last few tournaments, regionals and NCAAs, and hopefully bring back some, hardware from there too. And yeah, I mean, wrapping up my college career, so
it's bittersweet for sure.
All seniors kneeling down. And Columbia actually, since the start of this meet in 1991, won every year. And then right after COVID in 2022, NYU got us. And then we won 23, 24, and I haven't put on 25 yet. We won 25, and now it's obviously 26.
But this is also our time to celebrate our seniors, everything they've given to our program, all the love we have for them. And they get to just have a little bit of fun while the rest of us continue to work hard. Obviously, they're still going to be working hard, but for them, it's a celebration.
Back uptown, Amarna Milne was at the Milstein Family Tennis Center this past weekend, where the Lions sealed a huge win for the program. Amarna, what can you tell us?
The number 25 Lions just defeated number 14 Pepperdine in a top 25 showdown. The last time these two teams competed against each other was in Southern California last year, where the Lions were overcome by the waves, but this time they turned the tide. The Lions delivered a statement win on Friday, topping Pepperdine 5-2. Columbia grabbed the early momentum by claiming the doubles point, highlighted by strong performances from Patu Busarawangsay and Abhishek the Rat, along with the nationally ranked duo of Nicholas Kotzen and Andrew Ina.
This year we came in, we're actually lower ranked than them this year. We've been struggling a little bit, but we told ourselves we've been training really hard this week. We were like, this is the match we have to win, and this is the match that we have to be together.
In singles, 6th ranked Michael Zhang set the tone before the Waves answered with 2 wins to even the score. But the Lions roared back, Kotzen regained the lead, and Busarawangsay battled from a set down to clinch the match. Talk me through the match. What was going on in your head watching those guys play?
Yeah, well, you're just trying to keep, there's so much going on at the same time, right? College tennis, 6 singles matches at the same time. I was incredibly proud of the guys. That's a really, really good Pepperdine team. I mean, they beat Stanford 4-0 a few weeks ago. I thought they were tough as nails, and I was really proud of our guys.
Thorat sealed the victory in a 3-set thriller as Columbia won 4 of 6 singles matches to secure the 5-2 triumph.
That's a big win for us. They're a really good team. They're certainly a top 10, 15 level team when it all shakes out at the end of the day.
Amarna, what a great win. How is the team preparing for the doubleheader?
Well, Amalia, I just spoke to the team, and they said they're going to try and keep everything as normal. They like the routine that they have. They want to keep showing up to classes, keep hydrated, stop themselves from getting sick, and just really do everything they can to prepare mentally, emotionally, and physically for what will be a very long weekend.
And that's all for today. Make sure to follow us on YouTube and Instagram at Cjs Sports for exclusive interviews, results, and stories on your favorite Columbia teams. We'll see you next week.